Let's go over how to make this really easy pattern of the crochet double boot cuffs. They're really cute and a really quick crochet pattern to do. And if you are a beginner, that's what I'm going to be gearing this instructional video towards, in how to learn how to crochet in the round to create these boot cuffs, and also focusing on changing colors within your pattern. You can download this pattern on my website, rosesbloom.com, so that you can print it or just view it on your device and crochet along with this video. To get started, I have my copy of the pattern, and I have two colors of worsted weight yarn. I've chosen this navy blue and this gold because it goes with my son's football team colors. So, and I already have hats, so I figured I'd make some boot cuffs to match. And we have a size I or 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. And I also have a stitch marker for marking the beginning of your round if you choose to do that. I don't normally mark it, but I will show you how to do that so that you can decide for yourself if you need it. And we also have a pair of scissors. To start, we're going to chain 37. So to do that, you make your slip knot and place it over your crochet hook. Make sure you go along, if you are new at crochet, that your chains are nice and evenly spaced and that they're not too tight. They're not too tight on your needle nor too loose. So it was 10, 11, 12. So that one I just did too loose. I'm going to pull it back out. Okay, 12. And if you get lost in your count, you just want to go back and count each loop. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's what I thought. I have 20 on there. Okay. I'm going to finish up chaining the 37 and come back with the next step. Okay, so I have chained 37, and now for this very first row, we're not going to join in the round yet. I have found it to be the simplest way to crochet in the round is to crochet one row straight and then join, and this helps us not to twist our stitches. So we are going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook, and we're going to go through the back loop only. So normally, I'll get this up here, normally here is our first chain on our hook, and then there's a little chain we could see right here, and then here's the second chain. Then normally you would go between, and you would go so that you get two pieces on top of your hook. But for this pattern, we're going to go over the top of this first one right here and turn it and go into this back, that second piece, which can be a little bit tricky on this very first row. So I picked up through there, and then we're going to wrap and bring it through, and wrap and bring through two, and that makes our very first single crochet. So we're going to continue doing it in this way. Now it's a little easier for the next stitches, we can see this top loop right here is our back stitch, and we're just going to go through that. All the way across, picking up just that very top loop. This just creates a little bit of a different texture in our single crochet. So on the boot cuffs, you can see that there are these lines across, and because we're picking up in the back loop, that's what's causing one side to go towards the front there and be left, and it just gives a really neat textured effect. The other side, however, looks like a normal single crochet, and you can wear them any direction that you would like to wear them, or just fold part of it down like this. Alright, so we're going to continue here, going all the way across. Now we're going to have 36 stitches because our 37th chain that we made was part of that very first single crochet. We lose a chain when we make that very first single crochet, so you'll actually have 36 total single crochets across this very first row. Alright, so I single crocheted across all the way, and then we do our chain one, and we turn our work so that we're prepared to do the next row. But at this point, we're not going to continue to go straight. Now we're going to join for working in the round. So I'm going to take my other end, and I'm going to bring it together, and we're going to make sure that we are not twisted and that we are together in a proper loop. And then I'm going to insert my hook into the top like a regular crochet stitch, so that there's those two on top, and we're just going to wrap and pull it through, and then we're going to just keep going and pull it through that stitch as well, and that's called a slip stitch. So we just slipped to join. Now you're going to notice that we have a little split here. When we're all finished, part of our finish work will be to use this tail to just stitch this closed, and you won't even be able to tell that we crocheted a straight row before joining in the round. Or if you like the little detail of a little slit in the cuff, you can leave it. So now we're going to chain one and continue to single crochet in the back loops only. And this chain one makes our very first stitch, so we don't go in the very first hole right here. We go in the next one, down through the top, gets us that back loop. And we're going to single crochet all around. Now do a couple, and if you think you're going to need a marker, you're going to want to place your marker right here in this first stitch next to that split. But with this style, you can kind of see that your beginning is right there. I'm just going to hang my marker nice and easy there, but I mean, some people may want to close that hole up right away, and so in that case you would need to place a marker. So we're just going to keep going now, and you're going to single crochet in the back loop of every stitch all the way around. My son actually has a game tonight, so maybe I can go ahead and finish both cuffs. Usually I would just make one while I'm demonstrating for the video, but I might need to make the other cuff so that I can embarrass him by wearing my hat and matching boot cuffs in his school team colors and cheer him on. He's a little bit reserved. He doesn't like things to be made a big deal, but I don't hoot and holler too much. But I do like to show my support. So I'm almost around here. What's nice is doing this way, where we crochet one straight row before joining. It really is so much easier to make sure that we didn't twist our stitches. Seems like I always twist the stitches when I'm trying to just join a chain in the round. And that gives us a little bit more stability as we work around, because that first row can always be a little bit tricky to do. This boot cuff is kind of a general size. It does stretch, so I mean, I'm a pretty average sized woman, so it fits me well, and I think it would fit my teenage daughters as well. But anyway, alright, so I'm gonna see how, I don't know if you noticed there, my thing had twisted, so I'm gonna make sure it's not twisted, because we don't want to start crocheting into the top of this slit right here. Those should be on the same side, and our stitch marker should be at the top. So I got almost all the way around here. I have one more to do. Then remove my stitch marker, and we're going to slip stitch to the top of the beginning stitch. And chain one, and we're going to do a couple of stitches, and then we can put our marker back at that beginning stitch again if we choose to do so. So you're going to continue crocheting around again, and we're going to do this until we have a total of 9 single crochet rows, including the very first straight row that we did. So, and they're fairly easy to count, so you can see 1, 2, here's my third.